Welcome all as we congregate to the greatest toy line in community, ever growing, ever changing. As we collect and adapt these figures to our own imaginations and embrace the fun, there's much to learn, especially if you're new to Mythics. Hello and welcome to another episode of New to Mythics, episode 85, being joined by Larry Hodge. How are you, Larry?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good, man. Good. You told me you just got off of work, and I appreciate you hopping on with me and you know, doing a little,
man.
doing a little chit chat. I appreciate that, man.
Oh, I love to talk about toys, man.
Me too, man. It's a hobby unto itself. Besides collecting, I like talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of the only things I'm knowledgeable about.
Well, I hope to learn a lot from you about what we're here for. So.
For sure. So I met you at Legions Con this last, and I think you kind of introduced yourself to me, or did I remember that wrong?
I introduced myself because I recognized you right in the lobby at the hotel that Friday before the show.
Yeah, I love when people do that. I really appreciate that. You know, I can never have enough friends, and so I was grateful that you would come up to me and say, "Hey, you know, my name's Larry," and you know, and we'll kick it off from there. Just all you got to do is say hi, and then I'm ready. I'll talk your ear off. So it was nice. It was nice meeting you and your girlfriend.
Yep. We really enjoy getting to see you around the con too, and getting to stop and say, check up on what's going on and how everyone's cons are going.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think I ran into a few times as we were, as I was running around and you guys were. Was that your first?
This was our first Legions Con, her first convention period. So
that's insane.
Yeah,
that's insane. I know a few people where they're like, I like Joe Gonzalez, never been to a con before, and so Legions Con was his first, and I was like, holy crap, man! Like, for some reason, like being into geeky stuff and going into cons or going to cons for some reason to me. But like if there's not really something in your area, I could see, but I don't know. It's like there's cool stuff there, and everyone that it's like you're collecting with other people that are into the same kind of geeky stuff. So
I
don't know.
Yeah, my first convention was actually Star Wars Celebration 2 in Indianapolis, and I wasn't driving at the time, so I took a Greyhound bus from Cincinnati straight, even though it was about a 2-hour drive from here anyway, but I just took the Greyhound bus. Luckily, my hotel wasn't far. My hotel was actually right across from the convention center, so I didn't have to have much extra travel.
How old were you?
21.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, 21. Yeah, I was still 21. Yeah. I had to remember how it goes. Before I was ever at this job, I started the job I'm at now when I was 22. And it's been we're on my 23rd year there. So.
Oh, wow. That's dedication. But you were really, I appreciate your dedication to Star Wars as well.
Yeah. Eventually I fell off of collecting on Star Wars. I used to collect a lot of the Phantom Menace stuff, then the Attack of the Clones stuff. And I don't think I got any Revenge of the Sith that I can remember. Because I think at that point I was at that age where I was thinking like I need to stop collecting like all these action figures. I was living in an apartment with 5 other guys.
Oh, so wow!
At the time, yeah, the kind of growing pains.
I got no room to display anything.
Yeah, it's not like I can just take it back to my mom's. Like, here, hold on to all this stuff for me. I'll be back at some other point and move them into my permanent residence. But it's that time my collecting was very seldom. As usually your certain collector's edition video games or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I got back into toy collecting back in 2013 when Power Rangers launched, or Bandai launched their Legacy line of like
Mm-hmm.
prop stuff, and like that's what really got me
I
back.
remember that. I remember seeing that in the stores.
Yeah, that Power Morpher is like, it's diecast.
Yeah,
It's got metal coins. Oh, I need that. And
for sure.
so I have so many of those now. But I kind of just kept growing with that and moved on to uh, when Hasbro bought Power Rangers and moved on to Lightning Collection until that kind of fizzled out and got all the Super 7 Ultimate stuff that they've released.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you know, it's getting to where I'm at now in my collecting is kind of insane. I didn't think I'd have so much different stuff. So
Yeah, I think it's like once you reach that age in adulthood where you kind of have your own place, you have your own money, you have a steady job, and that's when I think people start to take a serious look at collecting again.
yeah, I mean that's
Like
when I did.
my grandma's, I lived with my grandparents, and I had like one or two like Spawn figures or something. Like I didn't really have anything, but like once I moved out and had my own place, then I'm like, this would look cool here, or that would be, I'm gonna get a little shelf. And
Yeah,
before I knew it, then would have a little shelf, and then I would start buying a little, I would go to, we had it was called Suncoast.
yes, I remember Suncoast. Yeah,
And they had cool kind of like McFarlane, like they had the Akira motorcycle, which I adore. And that would look good on a shelf. And so I would buy the shelf, and then I would just keep buying stuff to fill up the shelf. And before I knew it, I had boxes of.
Yeah, I remember those days going into our local Suncoast in the mall back when I was in high school. Just looking at all the cool McFarlane figures back in the day. That's usually the only place you could really get them at the time.
Yes,
they weren't really selling them at like the KB toy store that was also on the same floor, pretty much right across from it at the time. And I used to go there in my breaks because growing up I worked in the food court.
Oh, okay.
In high school. And so break time came, my lunch break came, just kind of hung around, bought a couple things here and there, and maybe buy a set of movies or DVDs or whatever. And, it's those were the days, man. I miss those.
It was fun. It was fun for sure. Yeah, it was exciting times because you would start to see more and more action figures. It was kind of like more popular. I think it was starting to gain popularity with the McFarlane and Spawn and that kind of thing. So I don't know, it was a good time. It was a good time. And I would always, I would go to Spencer. I would do like a circuit at the mall. I'd go to like Suncoast and Spencer's, KB.
Oh yeah.
I don't think there was a GameStop back then.
There was an EB Games in ours before it became
EB Games. Yeah, ours I think was called the Warehouse, or and they would have like not import stuff, but kind of things that were kind of premium figure things like that, McFarlane stuff. But I don't know, it's just a fun kind of. I don't think I really bought very much. I just kind of like would look and check out their stuff. They like some of the stuff was kind of statuesque.
Oh yeah.
What do they call that? Like static. What do they call those?
Stactions or something like that. I don't know. I don't really know the terminology for them. Those kind of figures did drive me nuts though, because I have so many like the was it Legend of the Batman figure line that they had back then. Because they were all in those static poses that you can't do none.
Yeah,
all these just JLA figures from the 90s, late 90s. They had the little, they had their own little figure stands. Just the logo of the JLA, and they're all just in these weird poses you can't do anything really with.
I don't get that. I don't know why. Maybe it was cheaper, to do the molds like without the articulation or something. I don't know.
That's the weird part, is that they still had like you could still move the legs, but they're in these weird bend positions that you couldn't really do anything with. So like,
well, I mean, look at Power of the Force. Power of the Force had the weirdest poses.
Yeah,
They
those
had
were
like
like they're kind
buff
of
Luke
weird.
Skywalker
Yeah.
with like the long lightsabers, and like their legs were kind of like, I'm like,
Yeah, they were at a
what?
weird angle. Yeah.
It's just weird. They just didn't stand very well, and
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know.
glad they corrected it when the Phantom Menace stuff came out.
Right.
They kind of went away from that whole weird buff looking
Right, yeah. I mean,
Star
I
Wars
still
figure.
bought the stuff. I still bought it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but it was
I think
weird.
I think I only had like 2 figures from the no, I think it was 3 figures from the Power of the Force that
Oh,
I
really?
sold to somebody. I think it was a Leia
Mhm.
from New Hope when the ceremony at the end of the movie with the medals.
Yeah.
I had, I think, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think I can't remember if it was a ghost one or not. I think I had either a ghost him or I had a ghost Anakin. I think it was a ghost Anakin because it had that little card that you could move and it showed the younger his the Phantom
Yeah.
Menace on it type of deal.
I
So yeah, I
remember
think it was
that.
like maybe it wasn't a ghost. I think it was just a standard like normal Sebastian Shaw figure in like his but not in ghost form. I can't remember. It's been so many years ago because I got rid of those figures so long ago.
Poor Sebastian. He got kind of erased from.
I mean, kinda. I mean, when we remember him, I mean, obviously, I mean, he did also. They didn't like replace him with Hayden Christensen's face when they took off the mask. So,
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't do that. At least
so it's
they
still there.
let him keep his. I hear in 2027 they're gonna re-release Star Wars, but it'll be like the original, like
No,
before
okay.
Lucas, which probably Lucas is like, why, don't do that. That's but he gave up his rights, so
Yeah, I don't think he really cares anymore. To be honest, like he got his money, he gets his shares.
4 billion. Yeah,
Yeah,
he got his four
he's doing
billion
all right.
dollars.
I think
Yeah,
he's all
no need to worry about him. He's all
right.
right. So, what did you collect as a kid? What was your go-to
Ooh,
toys when you were a youngster?
well, we're gonna go deep in this one, aren't we? Okay.
For sure.
Okay. Well, like a lot of kids in the '80s, I grew up in. I was born in '81, so obviously I had a lot of old school, Kenner Star Wars figures and stuff. I had a whole lot of superpowers.
Mm-hmm.
Loved my superpower figures. Always wanted the Probe One vehicle. Never had it. Batmobile was my favorite, and I actually really like the original Supermobile too. Yeah, that's so cool.
Probe One right there.
I
People
love
say
that.
it's ugly or it's weird. I loved it.
I thought it was sick looking.
I loved it. It's rad.
But if you can name a toy line from the '80s, I practically had it. Probably we had Masters of the Universe. Never had a Castle Grayskull. Never had a Snake Mountain. I had a friend across the street that had both of those. He would bring them over every now and again. But we had a few Thundercats. We didn't have a lot of Thundercats, but we had a few Thundercats. We obviously had the Lion-O. We had Panthro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if we actually had a Mumra or not. But we both, me and my brother, because I have a twin brother.
I was going to ask you because you keep saying we. So you guys collected together.
Yeah. So a lot of times we had exactly the same thing. Sometimes we did branch out where he had one thing I didn't have and I had something else. But it would still work together.
You guys would share.
Yeah. But most of the time my mom would just buy us one of each. One each and everything. So that way she don't have to worry about us fighting. No,
right.
It's my turn.
That's mine.
But because we each had our own Batmobiles from Superpowers. We all. I don't think he had a Supermobile though. I know I did because I think I begged for it because Superman was always my favorite. It was always Batman and Superman, but Superman was always been my favorite superhero of all time.
Nice.
But yeah, we had a lot of Masters of the Universe, a lot of Thundercats. I remember when the new Thunderian figures came out, Bengali became my favorite figure. Mm-hmm. And he's still my favorite character out of Thundercats to this day. So, and he's my favorite Ultimate too from the Ultimate line.
Mm-hmm. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah. What else? Shoot, but yeah, growing up, it went from there. I had very little GI Joe. My cousins had a lot of the GI Joes and the Transformers, and we were always spending a lot of time over at their house. So whatever we didn't have, we went over there. We played with their stuff, and then same all vice versa. We're really close with our cousins, and got to do a lot of that kind of hanging out and
so it
sharing
seems like
each other's action figures.
You were more kind of into fantasy than like the military or
Yeah. So yeah, for the most part, it's still kind of that way. I have very few Joe stuff. I mean, obviously, you see behind me, I got that Robo Skull, and I got a bunch of
I kind of
Skeleton
want
figures
one of
in.
those.
It's so cool. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't catch, I was on Yimbo show this past not this Sunday because you didn't have a show yesterday, but the Sunday beforehand. We were talking about the Robo Skull because he was talking about the 6-inch figures. I hadn't gotten the 6-inch Skeletron figures in yet. I
They're
hadn't ordered them yet,
nice.
but I just got those in like last week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at
So
the silver one right now, and he's
yes, he is so
beautiful.
pretty. I think I put him
Yes.
on my top list figures for the year when I was in my show this past
Mhm.
Saturday. It wasn't like an actual top 10. Just me and Mr. Ryan Clark were kind of talking about that.
Mhm.
Getting to hang out with him and chatting about toys. It was really fun doing that. Um, but yeah, so my Joe collection's very small. Got the His tank. I got the Dragonfly. Oh, excuse me, got a little gas bubble.
That's all right.
Ooh. Yeah, that's what I get for drinking so much cherry Dr Pepper.
That's my favorite. I love Dr. Pepper.
Oh God, so good.
All Dr. Peppers. I love all of the.
If I had to have one that I don't like, it's the blackberry one or the.
I was gonna say the
one.
blackberry is the only
Yeah,
one that I was
the
like,
dark berry or whatever they were calling it before.
Yeah.
It's like
I mean, I would drink it, but
it's the least Dr Pepper tasting out of
agree.
everything. Don't get me wrong, the strawberries and cream is kind of overpowering a bit, but it's so delicious.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, cherry's always been my go-to. Of course, I got my Legion's Gone koozie.
There you go.
Yeah,
I didn't get one of
represent.
those.
I think I got that we were wearing our shirts.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
That we had ordered, so it was free.
Yeah.
We got like one koozie and like one of the little plastic cups that color change.
Yeah.
So, but me and my girlfriend planned this whole thing out. We had 2 shirts. We had a shirt for each day of the actual show to wear, and so we didn't have to stink up the place wearing the same Legion's Con shirt. But yeah, so yeah, growing up, go back to the thing, mostly fantasy. It's like a lot of sci-fi type of sci-fi fantasy type of stuff. So that's why Thundercats kind of really resonates with me a lot more. Really enjoyed Voltron. Didn't have a lot of Voltron as a kid. Didn't I don't think I got my first actual Voltron was when I was in high school because they had re-released that diecast.
Yes.
One.
Some stuff was just I didn't see it very often. You know, not until I was older. I remember Matchbox had like the Voltron diecast, and I wanted those so bad.
Yeah, those things were nice back in the day. I had I wouldn't say it was a friend, but it was like a acquaintance. I think it was I think my uncle was dating his mother or something, but he had the one. They had the little cockpits you could put the figures in. Those little ones.
Yeah, I remember those.
Those were kind of neat.
I had the lions. I had the lion ones, but I really wanted the vehicle.
Yeah,
ones. I liked those ones better, but
yeah, those were pretty cool. But because I really liked Voltron, but didn't have a lot of it. So when Power Rangers came out in like the '90s, and I had some Ninja Turtles too before that. But when Power Rangers came out in the '90s, like, oh, this is like live action Voltron, even though it's not really, because I wasn't naive to the fact that there was the whole thing that was years like a decade prior or whatever it was to that series that they used for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And that whole first season, I could not find any local.
It was hot. It was super hot. Yeah.
It wasn't until season 2 you could actually find it at my local favorite toy store, which no longer exists, unfortunately. It was called Johnny's Toy Store.
I miss those mom and pop, the little.
It was so cool because I don't know if a lot of our toy shops did this, like local ones, but up until the age of 12, you would get something you sign up for it on your birthday. They send you a card in the mail with a key. They had this little castle thing in there, and you go in on your birthday with it, and you get to select this red bag in your age group for a free toy.
Wow.
Yeah, so it could be like a Rubik's Cube, though, something cheap. It didn't like.
Yeah, but still, how exciting that would be.
Yeah, it was. So I kind of miss those days. the castle still exists in their last building. It's used for like a computer tech repair place now. But you can, if you go up to the store, you can see they left it intact, the whole little castle setup. So it's pretty cool. I think I kind of went off topic a little bit. Yeah, so went off from Power Rangers.
Yeah, Power Rangers was super popular at the time.
And I was still kind of collecting like some of the Batman stuff from the movies, like and got really into the Batman animated series line at the same time. Didn't have a lot of X-Men. I think I had one in particular was the Weapon X Wolverine from Toy Biz. I had that, vintage. Now vintage, I guess. Oh my god, made me feel old.
Right? Yeah, stuff we have has become vintage now.
Oh god.
Yeah. But Toy Biz, wow, like
yeah,
I was blown away by what Toy Biz was. Jeez.
Yeah, those are. Yeah, my brother had a Cyclops. I know we had some of the little role play stuff too. We had like a Wolverine mask and a little one claw. It was like, come on, why didn't you give me two? We need two.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why they would do that for. But
we even had the Magneto mask with the little glove that shot out the little weird disc, the magnetic disc.
I never saw that. Is that from the movie or was that from?
No, that was actually from. It was way before the movies. This was when I was like 4th grade.
Oh wow!
It was like early Toy Biz. It's like around the same time when they had that weird Wolverine motorcycle with the face.
Yes, that I remember. Yeah, I remember that.
I had that too.
What is that weird? Did you really?
Yeah, I had that weird motorcycle too. It was so. It was strange. I'm like, why would you need a human face in the front of a motorcycle?
Yeah, that's kind of odd. That was an odd choice.
But yeah, so all the way up to Power Rangers, I think that was my main focus of my toy collecting all the way up till In Space. And after that, I stopped collecting Power Rangers altogether. Gave all my Power Ranger stuff to my nephew.
So what happened? What made you?
I was in high school,
You were just kind of done with it.
I was kind of like, I was still kind of, I was also, at the time I was collecting also the Phantom Menace stuff because Phantom Menace was getting pretty hot. But I was in high school then, and it was originally Power Rangers was supposed to end at that season of In Space, and it helped it boosted the ratings so much. Hey, like we're going to continue this for another 15, 20, 30 years, until now. Now it's finally kaput at the moment. But it's just I had I was thinking more about girls at the time. You got that age, you're like, I don't know, I spend all my paycheck on action figures when you're making just minimum wage and not 40 hours a week because you're in high school. And I was focusing on that, and every now and again I'll pick up something cool like a Beast Wars, like with Trans Metal. I don't remember what it was called, like Transformer Optimus Primal figure or something like that. There's always an occasional, that looks cool, I'll pick it up and I'll mess with it for a few months or something, and then I'll like put it in a box and not see it for a few years.
Right.
And then it just got to a point where I didn't collect really barely anything. Every now and again, maybe a rare Star Wars figure I thought was cool, like the those, what was it, the Star Wars Unleashed line. Remember those? The kind of weird plastic statues.
Yeah, I still have my Bosk. I have a Bosk statue.
Oh, do you?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I have the Return of the Jedi Luke, and I have Attack of the Clones.
Nice.
Yoda, but I lost the saber blade somewhere. I have no idea where it went. It might have got sucked up by the vacuum at one point.
Right. Yep.
But
falls on the floor. That's it. It's gone.
Yeah, it got lost in the carpet. I've never seen it ever since. But so it's like Star Wars are very rare kind of pieces. Like I have a autographed by David Prowse Celebration 3 Darth Vader figure. It was a Celebration exclusive figure. It's in this little Starbucks. It's in a.
I wanted to get something autographed by him so bad.
Yeah, I did that in Celebration. Obviously, on Celebration 3. That was the only time I got to meet. I did get a Peter Mayhew autograph at one point, but I gave that to my brother-in-law. Got that from Celebration 2. I have like a whole like binder that just has autographs from a bunch of like Star Wars celebrities.
That's very cool.
In silver. It's like it's so cool.
Mayhew's the only one I've ever met.
Really? Mayhew's so nice.
He was so nice. I was just talking to somebody else, and they're like, "Yeah, I met him, and he was a jerk." And I was like, "Really?" He seemed so nice to me.
I mean,
But
what did you say to him to make you
yeah,
think
who
he was a
knows?
jerk? That's what I would be wondering.
Yeah,
Because
but yeah, he's a super nice guy.
yeah, a lot of celebrities I met were always super nice.
And I
I don't
heard
think
Ray
I've met
Park is cool.
Ray Park is amazing.
Yeah.
He was. I don't want to talk bad about Billy D, but I think because when I was in line at Ray Park, Billy D was a couple spots over, and someone brought him a Colt 45 to sign. When those cans,
Right. Yeah.
it's like, really? I mean, I get it, but I don't think he was too amused with that. But I have no idea. I couldn't
Probably
really see the
not.
expression, but I wouldn't be.
I'd be like, you got anything else for me to sign? I don't really feel
Right,
like
like a
signing a
Lando
can of.
figure or something.
Yeah, go buy
Poster.
something. I'm sure there's a Lando at the convention. Go buy that and come back.
Right. Yeah, I think Star Wars Celebration was probably the biggest convention I've ever went to. You know, but I still, I've been to a couple other conventions, mostly somewhat local. We have one in Ohio and Cincinnati, usually in September, close if not right after or on when Oktoberfest happens.
Okay.
I think they moved it to another area this past year, so I didn't get to go to that one. But normally I would go to the one in Lexington, which is usually in March. But I haven't been to that one in years. Last time I've been to that was in 2020.
Okay.
And right before they shut everything down for the pandemic. So it had been since then since I've been to a convention.
Okay.
Before Legion's Con. So I was telling myself all year, like when I posted that, oh, this is when it is and all this for Legion's Con, I keep saying, because I've been following the toy, community, YouTubes and stuff for a while now. And it's like, you know what? I wasn't collecting them at the time, but I keep looking at it and kind of like admiring Mythics and Four Horsemen stuff from afar for a long time. And when that was a Reign of the Beast with Leodicius, when that popped up for pre-order, I was like, ooh, he looks awesome. That's why.
So that was that
was my gateway.
You.
That got me. That was the first purchase that I did for Four Horsemen's Mythic Legions line. And so, I mean, I just love those designs. I made sure when I was at Legion's Con to get this patch on this hat.
Awesome.
So this has been my everyday hat since I've been back from Legion's Con.
Oh, it's good on you.
Yeah, I mean, hats look good on me. I can't help it. So that got drawed me in, and like that was the only figure I bought from that whole wave because everything looked amazing, but that lion, it's like that armor, that gold, that red.
And
fierceness.
Did you see him in person?
No, because I know they showed him at
Majestic,
that one
Majestic.
Legion's Con. All I saw was pictures all over.
Okay,
Brick something, and who else was it? I think it might have been just Brick something to be honest.
Probably.
Maybe some other ones here and there. I just can't think of who else it was because at the time, but I know it for sure was on Bricks because I think it was during his live show when I went on. I was watching because I think he was talking to Jeremy that night, and I went ahead and ordered it while I was watching Brick Something's channel and got that ordered right then and there. So I'm really super excited for when that comes out. And same thing happened when Baethyr went up. It was during Brick's live stream. He's such an enabler.
Yeah, he is.
But I kept looking at it like, and I told my girlfriend because she's a big D&D person. She's always been like, oh, we could use that for a D&D campaign. You have to get that. It's like, okay, I'm glad she didn't tell me to buy 2.
Yeah, I mean, she sanctioned it. She said,
yeah, she shanked. So. It's her fault. It's her fault.
That's right.
I'll blame her.
Now, have you seen that in person?
I didn't get to do that either because, unfortunately, I was not able. Because when I finally did order tickets for Legion Con, I think the drawing for the intern was already done with. So I never got into all that. So I'm hoping as soon as those go up and however that ever works, I can get into intern next year. Because I really want to get to peruse the studio. Right. I know it's going to be a new studio, so I keep they keep talking about this was the last one at the current place, and they're moving into the new one, which is like across the street or something like that.
Yeah, they said it's like 6 minutes away, 5 minutes away.
Yeah, so I mean, I've always been a fan of the toy production aspect. I love the toys that made us documentary series.
Yes, me too.
All that's the toys that built America. That other one, there's so many different ones. All the what was the one that follows all the toy stores? I can't remember that one. God, what was that show called? I think it's on Netflix. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I know what
Or
you're
maybe
talking
no,
about.
maybe it's on Amazon. But either way, it's any kind of toy
Yeah.
video content out there. I've been kind of trying to consume and get my knowledge back up to where I thought it was at one point. Like anything about Kenner and how because Kenner originally was in Cincinnati, so and that's why because I'm not that far from that museum that they modeled the Hall of Justice after, and
Oh,
so
really?
yes, so I can
That's
just
cool.
go and hang out there if I really wanted to. I haven't been in there for years. We used to do school field trips to that in elementary school, and it's such a nice museum. If you've never been there, if you ever come to Cincinnati area, you have to visit
Okay.
that museum. It's such a nice museum. Plus, they also have an Omnimax theater in there, so I've never been in their Omnimax, but I hear it's nice. So
okay.
but it also used to be a train station, so
yeah, I could see that. I could see that it used to be that.
yeah, it's
very cool.
It's so nice though. There's so many cool things.
So have you bought any more Mythics though? Like you said, you had spent quite a bit. So what was your first actual in hand?
Okay. So it's actually behind me. My first in hand, I keep forgetting the name, but I got the two green armory knights, the evil and the heroic. Those were the first one. Those and the vampire Phalanx.
Okay.
And I keep forgetting his name, but it was a single release for I think the year before Con exclusive. He was a part of the 2-pack, but it's the Dude, you know what? Let me grab him real quick. Oh,
yeah, I'm drawing a blank too. I'll have to see it.
My headphones back on. This guy whose name always escapes me.
Oh, okay, that's Gorich.
Gorich, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted him because he had all these cool parts. I love the pole.
He has some cool parts.
These pauldrons, which I just realized because I picked up a Monkey King Wukong figure obscura over at Legion's Con. It's like, oh, that's the same pauldron. That's cool. I love that reuse. So yeah, so this is how I have them kind of tricked out right now.
Yeah, I always feel like that figure's got kind of an Asian, like a
very samurai-ish.
Yes, very samurai-ish.
If that's even a word.
Probably not. That's all right.
Probably
we'll use
not.
it.
We make our own.
Yeah, we'll make our own.
But yeah, so those were the first 4 I got in hand, and I loved it. I did take some, what I feel were kind of cool shots of me messing around with the Armory Knights. And I posted on my Instagram. I did like a little short reel with them, kind of doing them. My lighting's not perfect because I kind of just playing around with it at the time. But I thought they were good for me.
Yeah, they made you happy.
Yeah, so those are the first 4 I got, and then that kind of up. I felt like, okay, I have this big dragon coming in. It's gonna have all these figures. I got this big lion guy coming in at some point. I need to get my hands on something that's available,
right?
And really kind of get used to messing with these guys. So those were the ones I had picked, and it's like, okay, it's like almost every so often I go back and order some more. So like right before Legion's Con, I started with before Legion's Con. Well, it was those 4 first, and then it was the last thing I got in was those graveyard skeletons. Those came in like the week prior to Legion's Con.
Those are fun. Those are fun.
But I got a bunch of the skeleton guys. I got horses. I got so many waves. I got a swig. And majority. This is pretty much what you see behind me. Most of that is all my Mythic Legions. And then up there we got a couple figure obscuras. My Legacies of Mythos. Ones are up there, and Sir Valagor fell over, and I got to pick him back up. And then a few Cosmic Legions. I got like 5 Cosmic Legions figures at the moment. So
you're branching out. You're picking up figure obscura. You're picking up Cosmic.
Yeah, because first figure obscura was Ganesha, and I was holding off on that because I kept every time I said it, it's like he's so pretty, he's so nice looking, and I kept like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna get him. He's still in stock, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and get him,
Mhm.
and I did, and I love him. He's amazing figure.
Amazing, amazing.
Um,
Yeah,
and the
I held off in the initial
mhm,
sale of it, and I'm like, "Okay, this is one of the first figure obscures I did not order." And I
yep.
felt good. I was like, "Okay, you know, I'm sticking to my resolution. I don't need
Mhm,
every figure that comes out."
right.
I appreciated how amazing it looked, and then probably I'm gonna say 3 weeks later, I was
Mhm,
at ToyCon New Jersey, and the
yeah.
Horsemen were there, and they had Ganesha and
Mhm,
opened, and posed with like things in his hand, and it had all his arms, and it had like the backdrop, and I'm like,
yeah.
oh, that's coming home with me.
Yeah, that backdrop that comes with him of that's such a
Mhm.
neat idea for packaging. But that
Oh
thing is
yeah,
so nice. I mean, it doesn't have room on that shelf for it to work right, but when I
it
get him a
takes it
proper
takes some space for
yeah,
sure.
when I get some proper a proper shelf because we're actually looking for a bigger place.
Mhm.
I mean, I've owned this house for over 15 years, and we've kind of outgrown it. Besides the fact me and her two of her kids, but our collections combined have kind of taken up
I was
so
gonna
much
mention
space.
that your girlfriend also collects stuff,
Mhm. Yeah,
hence
as you can
the
see,
ultimates behind you.
yeah, all those Ultimates Godzillas plus there's two in the bag. Those are Bulk Skull. That's are hers. I have my own Bulk Skull, but mine are open and
Mhm.
on display in the living room.
She's got great taste. I love
Yeah, so
Godzilla. So
yeah, she's her and her dad. That's what her and her dad got her. That was one of the things they bonded over
mhm.
was Godzilla and Marvel superheroes.
I wish I'd have
So
known. I would have talked to her about Godzilla when I
yeah,
saw her. I didn't
well,
know. Sometimes I just assume that sometimes people's partners have no idea what anything geeky. They're just there to support their partner. So, but
yeah.
I should have dug into it and asked her about it. So
Well, yeah, and she would have
next
loved
time.
talking. She would have loved. Yeah, she would definitely want to talk to you if you want to talk about Godzilla.
I
It's her
grew up on
one of her
Godzilla.
favorite things. Yes, it's one of her favorite things. We saw -1 when it came out, and that movie is so
I
glorious.
love it. I love
It's
it.
such a great, not just a Godzilla movie. It's just a great film
Yes.
in general.
I think it was my
And
number one for was it 2023? I think that was my favorite movie
was it
of the year.
2023
It
or
was at
yeah,
the very end. It was
yeah,
like
yeah,
December, I think, of 23. Because I
yeah.
was still watching it when 24 hit and they re-released it and they had like the black and white.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was in
Godzilla
24.
minus color. Yeah,
Yeah, I went back and watched it and I was in love. I took my friend, my roommate with me at the time, and she fell asleep like right 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 when it started. She was like,
oh
it's so
man,
boring. I'm like, no, this
it
movie
just
is fantastic. This
oh
movie
it
is,
picked up real quick. It didn't get boring for long.
yeah, I can't wait for
It
the next.
yeah, that's it's gonna be. I don't want to jinx saying it's gonna be good, but I mean, if it's gonna be anything, it has to be just as good. I can't
I
see them
hope
going
so.
anywhere
I
below.
hope so. It's smart that they had the same guy come back
Right.
but I just think about him like in the water and
Mm-hmm.
the boat is like in front of just that visual of like him like I'm like, oh, like I would have crapped my pants and then died. I would have been like, I would have just gave up. I'm not one of those like,
Right.
I'll fight to the end. No, I would have just died. I would have just
Yeah. Like
fallen
ah,
overboard and Godzilla
no.
would have just like ate me like no problem.
You'll probably just
I
live
would
in
have
his
died.
stomach for a little while, like
Yeah.
Geppetto and Pinocchio in that
Right.
well.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah.
Just,
But
I'm just hanging out here on this piece of wood, just floating in this stomach acid for a minute.
so what made you guys decide this is the year for Legion's Con?
Well, I think it's because everyone just kept talking about how cool it was, and it was like one of the places to be. And it's like I kept thinking about it, and actually had gotten a lot of overtime during the
Mhm.
summer. My initial thing was I wasn't going to be able to afford to go because I
It's
kind of really wanted
expensive,
to
dude.
go.
I'm not gonna
Eh,
lie. It's
Yeah,
expensive.
I mean, it got really expensive for me,
Right. You're not the
but
only one.
yeah, but it's like what? I've never been to Jersey.
Mhm.
I've never been that far north. Like we've been all the way up to the Outer Banks
Right.
before. Like furthest east and the furthest west I've been is some part maybe of Texas, maybe Oklahoma.
Okay.
So I haven't been anywhere further west than that. Um, south was obviously Florida because my dad used to take us to Florida when we were kids during the winter months.
I've never been
When I
to
was really,
Florida.
really little. I don't remember any of it. I was
Okay.
like 3, 4 years old. So there's pictures of me and my brother just picking up seashells on the beach. So when we had hair, walking the beach and our
Right.
bleach, sand, dirty blonde hair just flowing in, just picking up stuff out of the sand during sunrise or sunset. I can't remember which
Yeah.
one it was, but yeah, but I don't remember much of anything with Florida. But it was fun getting to go to Jersey and seeing all the beautiful scenery because there's fall scenery, all the trees
Right.
and you know, you know it was a nice drive. Let's put it that way. It was a really nice drive.
How
It was
far
like
was
10
that for
hours.
you, Larry?
It was a little over 10 hours.
Yeah, that's about what mine is. It's about 10 plus. You figure in gas and taking a break.
We
call it.
we rarely stopped.
Oh, okay.
So we stopped only really for gas. I think I had to stop once for a bathroom break because when we left to get there, we went in the middle of the night.
Okay.
So we drove all night and we got to. I think we left like 4 in the morning. I think it was because I had to work the day before, so I had to get some rest. So we got up around 4 and we got up like around 3ish. Got out in the car on the road around 4. Made it to Jersey around just slightly after at the hotel about 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So we pretty much made time.
What day was that?
That was we made it Friday. We left Friday morning and made that Friday early afternoon.
Okay.
Because I wanted to get our tickets or badges early.
When did I run into you? Because I feel like
it was Friday night. It was that Friday
okay.
night.
I was gonna say yeah.
Because I wasn't at the same hotel. I was checked in at the what was it, the Fairfax Marriott. It was about maybe a 9-minute drive away because the main hotel for the convention was already sold out at the time.
So it sells out so quick, dude.
So we got there. Like, all right, I'm gonna lay here. We're gonna rest for a bit. We're gonna get there. I think we left that hotel around like maybe made to the other hotel around 5 or so. After getting kind of like settled in at our actual hotel, just because I wanted to hang out and take a look at everything getting set up and get the that's when we met you in the lobby.
Right.
I already had plans of meeting the toy daddies because when I saw them come in, I kind of got nervous because they were giving everyone else hugs. Like, I don't know if they know who I am or even what I look like. But I did get to see them and they're so warm and welcoming too, and got to catch the Purple Gang
nice
little show that night before we went back to the hotel to get some rest and get up in the morning.
You get some sausage. Brendan made some.
You know what I did?
Sausage.
I did get some of that drink that they had, and I didn't realize it was going to be spiked. So
it didn't taste good to me. It was kind of warm.
No, it was.
Like, what is this?
Not. It was not good at all. And I'm not really a drinker, so
me neither.
Yeah, I mean, I actually bought my first bottle of actual bourbon like yesterday.
Okay.
Because I'll nurse it because we were testing. It's actually a local distillery, not like actually right outside my job, where I work at. I pass it all the time since they opened. Like I never even tried. I never even see their bourbon listed anywhere. So it's Kentucky. You have to try. You have
right.
To
yeah, you got some
Kentucky bourbon when you're an adult. So I got to try it. Like what, this ain't bad. It's pretty smooth. And so if you want, I'll let you know what the brand is later. So I don't have to promote it on here. But and so like I said, I'm not really a heavy drinker, but speaking of that, we were at Legion's Con. We actually stopped at that little restaurant in the hotel that night to have dinner. Pub. We had not eaten at all that day before we got there. So I was starving and I was tired. My neck hurt from driving so long. It's like, let's go in here. We got some food. We got a couple drinks, and she couldn't even drink her alcoholic beverage because it was too strong for her. Mm-hmm. And she's usually the one that can drink that kind of stuff compared to me. But it's like, okay, I can't really drink a lot. I have to drive back to the motel. So finished our food, finished my soda, and sat around the hotel for a few more hours before we, headed back, to the hotel to get some sleep and before the official day one of Legion's Con. And got to experience all that amazingness.
Did you have a plan for Saturday, like what you wanted to look at or experience?
Kinda. I mean, I didn't want to be like waiting in lines for a lot of time. So, which to my detriment, we didn't get all the parts we wanted for the armory build, unfortunately.
Right.
We did get the bodies we wanted for the most part,
Oh, good, good,
but
good.
because I was going in for the Fury body and the white orc or vampire, however you want to go
Right.
with it, and she was going in for both the black and the green demons. So that's where we were kind of going. It's like we'll get the other two when they do the normal release, but but a lot of the armor pieces that we wanted obviously were already gone by then because I think it was a really like highly sought after pieces of armor. Which kind of sucks, but I understand. That's what you get if you're not standing in line right at the beginning of the show, So I mean, I get it. Things like that's supposed to sell. They're supposed to be scarce. So I wasn't too bummed, but it was still a fun experience because by the time we did get in the line, it wasn't like that super long. And I was actually really surprised that the one for the con exclusive, the regular con exclusives, went pretty quickly when we got in line.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
So, but we were able to get everything we wanted from them. But we had planned that we're definitely on day one. We were going to try to get all of our exclusives, and kind of see all the booths and talk to the people. Had planned to meet Adam and Jason from Spiro Toys because I'm always on. Yeah, because I'm always on the chat on Highly Articulated channel too. Because the Sunday night, Toy Tuber Day, where everyone's got to leave. I got a show on that night.
Right.
So it's usually Highly Articulated, Brick Something, Geek Dad Life, Yimbo. I'm usually like watching like 2 or 3 at the same time. Sometimes
jump around.
Yeah. Because I have like one on the phone, one on the TV, maybe one on the computer, and then trying to keep up with all the streams as much as I can. Obviously, I can just always rewatch the stuff, but if I might want to put something in the chat,
That's right. Hi. That's right. It's nice to interact.
Yeah. But it's also I blame Brick for me getting into AWOC too. So I pretty much have every AWOC currently except for 2 figures.
Oh really? Yeah, they're nice figures. Was Brick? Brick wasn't. He wasn't there this year, was he?
No, he wasn't there this year. There for certain reasons. But he says he's definitely trying to make sure he can make it for the next year.
Yeah.
Because I was really looking forward to meeting him too.
Right.
Because it's very entertaining watching his show. I got to be on his show. I actually got to be on his show with Ryan Clark and Endless Fables. We were talking about the San Diego Comic-Con stuff that they were showing. I mean, neither of us went. We're all like all
Talk
over
about
the place.
Expensive. Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, Endless Fables is actually lives in an area I was born at in Kentucky. So he lives over a bit further. It's about a 2-hour drive south from where I'm at. And he's actually close to where I was born. A lot of my dad's side of the family lives down there in that way. It's like, hey, could we be related? Could you be like a cousin or something like that?
Never know.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But because I have a lot of family down that way. So that's still there. And I'm not, too connected with them, unfortunately, because, my mom and my aunts were always the ones, keeping up with all that as a kid. I just remember always going down there for Memorial Day and Labor Day, visiting my grandmother's grave and a couple uncles and stuff like that were down that way. But yeah, it's but Legion's Con, the whole plan was, see all the cool stuff. And, we met so many cool people, you included. Finally did run into Mark.
Nice.
Didn't give him the high five he asked me to give him, but
did
get to shake his hand. Did get to shake his hand a little bit. And to get to talk, kind of just moving around everywhere. Robo got to meet him. Super
really
cool.
Nice guy. Super cool.
Dan Larson, I got to meet. Didn't get a picture with him though. He was really nice to talk to. Really easy to talk to.
I didn't talk to him.
Yeah, he's so tall.
He is tall. Yeah, he's a tall guy.
I'm short. I'm like 5'5" on a good day. I'm probably more closer to like 5'3".
Mhm.
But you got these people like, oh
Right.
my god, why you all gotta be so gigantic?
Right.
I mean, some people, like god damn it, I'm trying to remember his name. I'm gonna feel really bad. For Mythic XD, Wall XD, he's about my height. It was really cool meeting
Mhm.
him. I think is it Michael is his name, I think. I feel bad if I can't get his name right. But the guy who does the Mythic XD, the Wall XD diodes, the modular stuff, because he was
Oh,
doing that
okay.
Kickstarter at that time.
Yeah. I saw his stuff. I've never met him, but I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, he was there. I got to talk to him a little bit, and like, oh, thank God you're my height. Like we're like right
Eye to
there.
eye. I can.
Yes. Nolan collects, super cool. Talking with him, he showed me the table drop because he had already
Mhm.
gotten it, and he was like helping one of the other vendors for them selling diodes, which I feel bad because I keep forgetting because there's so many people I can't remember
There's
everybody.
so many people. Yeah.
But he has amazing diodes. He was helping getting stuff set up on it. He's like, "Oh, dude, it's like really can I mess with him?" I was like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Cool." I was like, "Oh."
I love
And
that when you can actually.
Koi is also one of the figures on my top for this year too. So
I've got to open mine. I have not
you
opened mine
haven't
yet.
opened him yet,
I have
man.
not. No.
You have to
I
mess with that guy.
I opened Valguard,
Mm-hmm.
and I opened the nymph, the churl
Oh yeah,
nymph, and
yeah,
that's it. Like I haven't really opened
wow,
anything else. I
yeah. I think it was
I've
like
been
a couple
busy.
weeks. Yeah, I know it. I finally got everything open that I had gotten from Legion's Con like a couple weeks ago, and because I had to get two of all the Crossroad guys, so I
Mhm.
could make one of each. So I
Of
got all them
course.
all over there. I was so happy to find the Attila and
Gorgo.
Gorgo 2-pack.
Mhm.
They had that at the figure fair because I
Yeah, I
was
saw
really wanting
that.
that Attila.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank God. I don't have to spend,
It's a
an
nice
astronomical
Attila.
third part. I don't have to spend all
Yeah.
that extra money
It's a
from a
nice
third
figure.
party. I got so many vampire custom heads. For some odd reason, I was on a vampire. Every time I saw a
That's
cool
okay.
vampire bat head, I was like, that is sick. I want
I
that.
need
I want
that.
that. I want that. I don't have any bodies to put them on, but I want those.
That's okay.
Um,
One day you
uh,
will.
I got Josh Brown from Josh Brown Customs because
Mhm.
he's not terribly too far from me too. He's not technically in Kentucky, but he lives like outside Louisville
I
over in
need to reach
Indiana.
out to him. I'd like to have
Yeah.
him on the show.
Oh, he's so nice.
I asked
So
him, he
cool.
said, "Yeah," but I just because we did intern together this year,
Mm.
and, really nice guy. I need to reach out to him.
Yeah, he recognized me immediately when I got to see him when he was getting set up that Friday. He's like, "Oh man, it's so nice to actually get to meet you, man." It's like because I've been looking at his stuff because I always show him on
Mhm,
all their stuff too, and I follow him on Instagram.
mhm,
Uh, as much as he doesn't actually design the stuff, but commissions them, but the prints are really nice, and
right.
the just the they're just so cool. I got a couple AWOC heads too, so I got a big lion, a big gorilla head.
Did you pick up the Archer?
Yes, I do. He was also one of my favorite figures, and
Yes.
I did put him up somewhere. I did have him in here a couple days
I
ago, and I don't
love
remember what I
this.
put him.
My buddy
Oh, here
Brian
he is.
bought this for me, but
Yeah,
that's a great figure.
but I went to my local Meyer and got a couple elastic packs of stands, and I put a string on it.
Oh, I need to do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, just tied it up on there on both ends. I don't have it too taut, so it's kind of.
Yeah,
It took me a while to figure out which size band I wanted to use because there's like multiple different
I
sizes
need
on
to
the
do
on the
that.
thing. So yeah, I actually posted that on my Instagram what bands I bought. It's like a bunch
Okay,
of different
I'll have to
ones.
look for that.
Yeah, so but I love this guy. He's so cool. I love the blues,
Yeah, I do
that little bit
too.
of red. All I have to
Yeah.
do now is get a custom hooded cloak and a hole in it for
Ooh,
the quiver to
there you
go
go.
through. Uh Color though, I don't know what I would do. I don't want to do it black, but I think it had to be like a dark navy or something.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah,
that would work.
I have a cloak that Darla Ackerman did, and I have it
Oh,
on
that's cool.
shelf, but it's a
Uh-huh.
real pretty kind of greenish blue. I don't see it
Hmm.
anywhere, but it's such a and that would probably look good on that. So
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
did get a couple extra capes too. I got a cape for my Otho, and who was the other cape for? It was this kind of elven guy. Headphones.
Dang, headphones. I don't know where that elf went.
So I got this nice over the shoulder kind of cape.
Oh man, who made that? That's nice.
I'm trying to remember. It was actually not far from where you were sitting.
Oh, sounds like Joseph Connors.
Yeah, so it was right next to right near where you guys on that
Like
same wall.
tables away.
Yeah, it's like a couple tables away. So
Connors.
that's where I got this cape, and I got
nice.
the blue and white for Otho up there.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's
Joseph
on
him too. But I was like, that would work really cool on him. Those were the ones I picked up for that.
Let me embiggen
it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I love kind of different, different types of capes. You know what I mean? Than just the regular. That's nice. That's a nice.
It's so cool. I love that it's wired and all that. I love wired capes
for sure. I do too.
Especially if you're going to try to do toy photography. Like I'm just starting to get into that more and really playing around with my phone. So I've been planning something I've been working on for a few days.
Okay.
It's nothing Mythic related, unfortunately. It's all Thundercat, Silverhawks.
I love that line. I love both lines. I've got
it's a Christmas theme thing. I'll probably have to. I'll probably text it to you. Some of the pictures, some of the behind the scenes stuff. I'll let you take a look at it a little bit later.
Sure.
But I got picked up a bunch of stuff from Michael's to help with that, but I have to get batteries because I didn't have. I thought I had batteries for these lights and stuff, and I do not. Somehow we've used up all my extra batteries I thought I had stored, and I was like, oh, now I gotta get more double A's. So yeah, I kind of been messing with that and getting a bunch of little accessories and.
So how did you get into your YouTube show? Like, how did that come about? What was your thoughts on that?
Well, I kind of, it was like right after the pandemic hit. Unfortunately, like unlike a lot of people, I still had to go to work. I didn't get like any real time off for that. I work in distribution anyway, so we were considered an essential. So even though what we ship out really I don't feel is, but that's my opinion. It depends on how you look at it.
Right.
But we're in distribution, so it's like I had to still work, but I was getting a bunch of stuff. Those stimulus checks came in. I was collecting and like, you know what? I was inspired by other toy tubers. And and that's what really kind of put me up like, you know what, I'm gonna give this a shot. And it was a year 20 I can't remember, it was 2021, if not somewhere in the end of 2020. I had to look at when I actually posted my first actual toy review video. And it was I think it was a 2-pack for, I can't remember if it was the 2-pack for the Scorpina Aisha or it was the Jaga. For Ultimates, because I started getting those type of stuff in. It was right around when I was doing all that. So I got so many. I haven't done an actual figure review, like a sit down, me recording and editing it together in so long.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
I switched to live streaming right when the Cat Slayer came in. That was the first live stream I did.
Yeah, you're like an unboxing, right, of the Cat Slayer?
Yeah, it was like a big unboxing, assembling of it. Yeah, that was the first live stream right there that I did.
That box is huge.
Yeah, those things were massive. And it took 2 days because one came in one day, and the other one, even though they were both on the FedEx truck the same day, one got delivered one day, and then the next day they finally delivered the second one.
Yeah.
But
so do you prefer like the live recording, like let's open some toys kind of thing?
Yeah, that's what I started the whole like let's open some toys. That's what I call my show that I do Saturday nights at 8:00. Try to, unless there's like an FC game I'm invited to go to, FC Cincinnati soccer match, home game, because my brother has season tickets.
Oh yeah.
So I'll usually go to, because it's usually around the same time I would do my show. So usually I open stuff. Most time it's opening action figures. Other times it can be building a Gundam model kit. I've had a few episodes where we were working on. I keep saying we, it's really just me. But putting
all right.
together this guy.
Oh wow.
This is a master grade 1/100 scale endless waltz wing zero custom, and unfortunately, part of his little crown snapped during one of the builds, so I got to fix that little part. I have the part put away, but it snapped off at some point.
That's an
But there's still
intricate
some
man.
there's still some like panel lines I want to paint in because with my little Gundam marker that I've had for
Yeah.
years, it's still not run out that I use in these panel
Wow.
lines to darken those up. And I've done that for
Very
years
cool.
because I hadn't built my Gundam kit since early 2000 for Gundam Wing, like those early normal high grade kits, and that was on sale at my local Michaels, like a clearance or something. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get this, and that was like, ew, I'm just gonna build this on live stream, and I've gotten a few followers from that, and one particular guy who comes in all the time and chats and shares his custom Gundam paint work and stuff. He's really cool. Shout out to Johnny. Can't remember his exact handle because it's weird. Like a lot of
Yeah.
handles are all really
Right.
weird.
Yeah, they can be.
But he does some really cool Gundam paint work. He always like messages me on Instagram, showing me his progress stuff, and it's really cool. And I really appreciate that kind of stuff. And that's what makes me feel like I'm actually part of this kind of community when I get really close to people and they start talking like Mr. Ryan Clark and Brick, and don't really talk to Adam except for during the streams, but because a lot of people are busy, man. Everyone's got their normal day jobs and stuff,
right?
And
yeah, things going on.
But I do prefer the live stream experience because I get to be. It's in the moment too. It's exactly what I see, and that's how I actually used to record my my actual reviews. I would just record it and just kind of cut it down. It's always initial reaction, but I was trying to do something different. At one point, I was recording one for the Thunder Tank, which never got released because I just did a whole bunch of like B-roll, and never wrote anything down. And I'm trying to go figure out a script for it afterwards. Like, you know what? This is too much for me right now. I kind of like, I'm not going to do that. And I think the last kind of really recorded thing I did was my top. It was supposed to be like a top 10 review, but it became like way more than that video. And I want to say that was probably my last actual recorded, like kind of self-set record and then edit it and publish type of video. So, and then I would do like little shorts, and those kind of blew up a little bit. Open up the little super powered lines from McFarlane. Those got me a bit more attention, but it's nowhere near like a lot of people. I mean, it's hard. I think it's really hard to grow on YouTube.
It is, yeah, I agree.
I mean, you find your niche and stuff, and you as much as I would love to, be able to get to that point where I can make a little bit of money doing this, that's not my main goal.
Right.
My main goal is to be like this.
Yeah.
Hanging out, being a part of the conversation more, and hanging out and talking with cool toys with other people, and
right.
Just that's really it.
Yeah, no, that's why I do it. I don't really pay attention to, I mean, yes, of course you want more subscribers, more people, watching and all that, but I want to have fun. I enjoy talking, meeting new people, hearing stories, hearing how they collect or what they collect and stuff like that, and just talking toys with friends. That's that's all I do. Keep it simple.
Yeah, it was great getting Mr. Ryan Clark on the show last week, this past Saturday, and talking about toys. He said he doesn't get to do that too much on the other shows he's on. It's always about the toy photography, critiquing other stuff. Right. I mean, we did talk a little bit about that, and it's so much fun to get more insight because his growth, if you're not familiar with Mr. Ryan Clark, which I'm pretty sure you probably are, because he does a bunch of mythic photos and stuff like that. He's so cool, such a nice guy. His stuff, and he shoots everything on his Google Pixel phone. So it's like, okay, so I don't feel so bad using this S10 Plus that I've had for God knows how many years, never upgraded. And I've been really just tinkering with that, and I love getting to know the insight and getting to know more people that are into the collecting and what we collect. And I mean, he's had some really cool picks for his top figures of the year. We didn't number them because there's so much cool stuff. I mean, I could have just done a whole list of just Mythics
A lot
alone,
of there's a
you
lot of great
know.
stuff this year.
And I kind of was really loose on the list for the year because it just had what we got in the year. It didn't have to come out this year, but I mean, it would have made more sense if it came out this year.
Right.
But I had gotten so much stuff that came out the last several years. I could have just thrown, and so a lot of times I forget when it came out. Like my 2023, when I did my list for that, some of those figures actually technically came out the year before.
Mm-hmm.
And I just forgot when they came out. It's like, yeah, it's okay.
I had to research some where I was like,
Yeah.
did that come out this year or last year? And so
Yeah,
I would have to check, and I'm like, crap, it was last year, so I couldn't.
yeah. I think I just used the excuse I didn't open it until that year, so that's why it counts.
There you go.
It just
Right.
sat in my office. Lilo's figure sat in my office for like 2-3 months.
Right. It's new to
I
me.
finally got to open them. Yeah, so it's like, it's I got it. This is actually when I got it because that's when I opened
it.
Right. But because that's like I said, and there's so many cool things coming out. It's hard to kind of keep up with everything, and yeah, you obviously you can't collect everything. We're all on a finite budget, and
right.
It's you
can choose.
You got to really pick and choose. So I'm kind of glad when Hasbro kind of passed the torch to Power Rangers. I'm kind of stepping away from the Power Ranger line for now.
They kind of gave you an exit to stop.
Unless Super 7 has some more Ultimates coming out at some point, I'll kind of hop back into that. But
they're kind of weird on their Ultimates. Like you don't really know, other than Thundercats. Like I don't really know what's coming out. Like G.I. Joe, they're like, we're just gonna release it instead of having a pre-order or something.
Yeah, I'm still really bummed at that Madame Woe. So kind of bummed about Madame Woe not getting produced during that White Ranger wave that they did for Power Rangers Ultimates, because she looked amazing, and I really wanted to finally get that kind of figure. I always like to build up the bad guys if I can. Right. There are a lot of figures that we never got when they came out. Like I'm still waiting. Well, they need to do a Squat and Babu. They haven't done that yet. I got to get a Rito. They need to do him. We got a Finster. We need a Scorpina. But that's my Power Ranger nerdiness right there. But they haven't really done a Power Ranger figure though since I think the Comic-Con stuff, because they had a Lord Draken one and then that glow in the dark Lord Zed. That was I think a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I think, but he's like the only one I don't currently have, I think.
Yeah.
And it's like
I think they kind of if it's not selling, then they might
because that's what happened with that whole wave with the Madame Woe and that Tiger's Warrior Mode figure, because they didn't get enough orders for them. Obviously White Ranger himself did, because it's Tommy and everyone loves Tommy. But it's like it kind of just bums you out because you get looking forward to this stuff and you put your money down. They have to, here's your money back for those 2 figures we're not going to release now.
Damn it. But if there's one thing I've learned, like never say never. Even maybe if Super 7 doesn't make it, maybe another toy line. Like I never thought we would have mask toys from like.
Oh my God. I still want to get those.
They're amazing.
Loyal subjects. Oh
they're
my God.
Amazing.
I was mentally all in when I heard about them, but I didn't pre-order them. So I know that I think they're still all available on Big Bad. I haven't looked, but
I think so. Yeah. I don't think they're sold out.
Because I had very little mask. I know I had we had individual figures as a kid. We only had no vehicles at the time. So it was like the little 2-packs. I had a Matt Tracker, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but he had like a weird little blue visor kind of helmet thing. And they're a good guy. And my brother did have a I just heard his name a couple days ago. Now I can't remember the main bad guy from Mask. Miles something.
Yeah, Miles
something Max, or I don't know. It's weird.
I'm bad at
2 M's. Yeah. Oh God, I'm terrible at it. But I don't think he had a second figure on that, but he might have. But we didn't have any of the vehicles really until we got one from our local Goodwill, which was missing a motorcycle.
Yeah, I had a couple, not very many.
We may have had the Thunderhawk, but didn't have the doors. Because I remember seeing a Thunderhawk at some point, and it didn't have the doors.
Yeah,
Because if you get anything from Goodwill, you're lucky if it has any of the parts.
absolutely. That's
Because
true.
when we had the Hall of Justice playset, it was from our
Mhm.
local Goodwill, and it did not have the helipad or whatever. It was missing some other
Yeah,
pieces.
but when you're a kid, you're happy to have that
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah, I was just happy to have it. I mean, it was,
Yeah, absolutely.
and if you remember that one, I'm guessing you have it, right? You still have your Hall of Justice.
I never got one.
You
Never
never
had one.
got one. Okay, so if you didn't know, they had like this big old like in kind of not really embossed. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking like engraving or whatever of all the team members on the back, and you could use
Mhm.
that as like a stencil thing, right? You know, and put a piece of paper over top of it. Look, oh, here's the outline of all these heroes. Oh, look how I drew this, and you can draw it. But I actually would take markers, and I would take markers and I would color those all in to make
Mhm.
them look like the actual, how the figures actually looked into that. So probably
Awesome.
shouldn't do that. When you're a kid, you don't know. Oh, this is going to be a collector's item. I'm just going to, draw and
Yeah, you
write
didn't
on my
really think
toys.
about yeah, we didn't think about stuff like that, you know?
So
Some
I wish
kids would write on their toys.
yeah, like it Andy or what.
Right, that's what I was thinking of, yeah.
But
My toys
I
are
I
falling off the shelf.
oh no, I actually got to fix for Valgard at some point.
He said,
Yeah,
he's got
yeah,
no
I didn't pick.
wings. He's got
Yeah,
no wings, so he just
yeah, he was like, "I'm gonna fly." No, you're not. I
don't
didn't
do
pick
it.
up any. I didn't get to pick him up. I don't. I don't have any of those guys, so I feel kind of bad picking up one of the Egyptian god guys because I don't have Anubis or what was the other one?
Bastet.
Yes, I don't have any of those. So they looked cool. I remember when they popped up because
They're cool. Yeah, I
yeah.
just have Bastet, and then I
Mm,
have Toth. I don't have Anubis anymore. I think I
mm,
traded Anubis to get another Bastet just because I thought it was
mm,
a fabulous but, I don't really have any collecting rules, like,
mm,
I've got, one Egyptian god here and one over here, like, I don't
yeah,
have them in, like, they've gotta be next to each other to complete the I'm like, "I don't care. They're just cool
yeah.
figures. I put them where I want. I don't
Yeah,
really
that's
have."
how a lot of my displays currently are. I mean, I got a bunch in the living room that are like I have two DTOFs that each shelf is just a ranger.
Mhm.
So it's just, it's every ranger figure I have for that color, for that particular
Oh,
ranger,
okay,
that's
yeah,
in that shelf. So I got a red ranger one in yellow and in blue and
cool.
pink, and then the other
So
ones,
it's all color coded.
yeah, black, green,
Cool.
white, and then Lord Draken at the very bottom. Because they all had most of those had helmets that
Mhm.
Hasbro released, and I still had the Legacy Bandai Legacy Power Rangers Legacy Green Ranger helmet, so that one's in there. But don't have a Black Ranger helmet, don't have a Yellow Ranger. Those are the only two that don't have helmets currently.
Yeah.
Um, get on that, Hasbro, bring those out. They're not going to see that. They might, who knows?
Yeah, they might. You
Uh,
never know. You
you
never
never
know.
know. I complain enough on the internet, maybe
Things
they'll hear
things
it.
swing, you know what I mean? Like popularity and things, they swing, they wane, and then they come
Yeah,
back. Something, who
yeah,
knows? Like, they're gonna have like a Stranger Things, and one of the kids might have a Power Ranger, and then people are gonna be like, oh, we need some Power Rangers.
right.
You never know. Like
Never.
younger people pick something up and they think it's a new property or brand new, or they hear an old song like, I think we're alone now, and then they feel, oh, that's our song now, and it's like, God, that
Mhm.
song is how many years old,
Oh
but
God, like running down that hill that's on from Stranger Things. It just kind of went
right,
gangbusters when it came popped up on
yeah.
there.
So
Like,
you
hey,
never
that's a
know, man. Things are cyclical. they
yeah,
they, they might not be popular for a while, and then they come back. You never know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I know they're working on some more Power Ranger stuff going
Yeah.
forward, but I don't know. I think it's time for me to kind of pass that torch to the next person. And as much as I would love to finish off like the weapons set, because I really love the role play stuff
Hmm.
that they come out with, like they're all the weapons. As much as I would love for them to come out with the power axe and the power bow and uh, their version of Saba, which they didn't do yet, or I don't know if they ever will, since now Playmates is doing majority of that stuff. Um, I think it's about time for me to kind of maybe kind of start getting rid of a little bit of those, and most of my lightning collection are all stored in a tub anyway. that's not
Right.
part of Mighty Morphin at the moment. So
Yeah. I mean, if you
and he
don't
was
miss it, then
yeah.
time to
So
let it go.
yeah, I mean, I was really kind of enjoying a little bit of the superpowers from McFarlane, but they were so hard to find when they came out.
They
Like, 'cause
were, yeah.
I don't want to order those online. I want to actually collect them in store. And
Mhm.
Walmart's really because they were exclusive only to Walmart for like a while. And it's like, you know what? I kept going in. It's like it's not really what I'm looking for. It's like, I think I got all the vehicles except for like the Blue Beetle ship, which I really wanted to get, and I saw it a couple
I
times.
have
Never
that.
picked
I'm
it up.
looking at it right now. I
Yeah,
love it. I love
it's
it
so
so
nice
much.
looking, and I didn't get the
It's worth
Brainiac
it.
ships. So I mean, I love the new Batmobile. I still wish they had the little clicky click in the
I
wheels
didn't
like the
buy
old
that.
one did.
I didn't buy that.
Um,
I do have
uh,
the big new one from
oh the
McFarlane, the Batman 66 one. I just
oh,
got
do
it.
you?
It's like
Oh,
two
I
feet
see.
long.
I wanted to get it, but like my 66 Batman shelf
Let me
doesn't have
see.
the room for it.
Let me see. Let me grab it. This thing is huge.
Oh God.
It's really basic, but it is cool.
Well, at least it's supposed to be closer to scale than what the original one they had for the
Yes.
66 line is,
Yeah.
But I still kick myself every day for not picking up that Mattel one. That's so
Yeah, I
cool.
have that one too.
Do you
I
prefer
used to
this
have
one
two of
over?
them.
Wow. Do you prefer this one over the Mattel one?
Yeah, it's bigger.
Hmm.
But the Mattel one, I think the Mattel one is a little bit nicer.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is just a bigger. I haven't actually put him in there.
Yeah.
Let's put him in there and see
See how he
on
looks.
screen. Watch
Because that's the multiverse version, not the normal like 66 retro one, right? So
Yeah, his legs are not even bending. I don't want to break him on screen.
oh no. I don't think we want to hear a hair dryer right now.
No, we don't want that. I don't have a.
Because I know like
a.
I think the Mattel ones would like just like be dwarfed by that thing. You try to because they're a bit smaller.
Yeah. So this one is.
Oh no.
Deathstroke almost fell.
Oh no.
So I've got this one. This is the old.
That's the is that the Mattel one or is that the
Yeah,
66?
this is the Mattel one.
Okay.
But I paid like $100 for this one.
I remember seeing that at my Toys R Us like a bunch of times. I remember seeing the one with the actual figures in it that you could get.
Yes, yeah, they re-released it a few times.
Yeah,
and I think it scales okay. Like it's not bad.
That's those are only 66 Batman figures I got, except for the Alfred. The Alfred I got is the
dust
McFarlane.
on there.
Yeah.
But I love it. But I'm a freak. I love the 66 Batmobile.
It's such a nice design.
Bought the Jazz Inc. the 1/6 scale Batmobile. Oh, cool. It's insane. it's literally like I don't know 3.5, 4 feet long because you put your Hot Toys Batman in there, so it's
oh my god
the size of a coffee table. I got no room for that.
The biggest Batmobile I currently have is the DC Direct Batman Animated Series 1, not the re-released McFarlane one. I got the actual.
Yes,
and I got that.
I have that too.
I got that one from the Lexington the last time I was at LexCon.
But that box is also
yeah. Well, mine was also the one that came with the Batman, Robin, and the Bat Signal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't have that one. I remember that when that came out.
So I got that whole set. Like I couldn't pass up. I actually talked him down a little bit on it. The seller at the convention about it, but. Because he kept saw me come back around looking at it. It's like, I don't collect this line, but it's so sweet.
Very cool. Lights up. It's got lights on it.
Oh, I love it how it lights up.
Yeah.
It's not as heavy as I thought it was going to be.
No, it's kind of hollow, but it's just so
pretty
sleek
hollow.
And long, and it's awesome. I love that Batmobile.
I was just really happy to finally have a Batmobile that the canopy actually opened like it showed in the show. Instead of like open like this, like every other Batmobile always did.
Right. Yeah.
So that was the very first Batmobile that I got that actually finally slid open like that. Besides like the 150
back
scale.
then too. Like
yeah, I
think I paid $100 for mine.
Yeah. Oh, I paid a little bit more than that because it was that set.
Yeah, you had the
I think it was a slightly over 200.
Mhm.
I think I spent for it. I can't
Yeah.
remember what he originally said it. I think he had it for 260. I think I knocked him
Mhm.
down like $30 or something like that.
Yeah.
So
That's what's nice about cons is you can kind of maybe do a little haggling.
yeah, speaking of like that, we did that because we were talking about Legion's Con. My girlfriend is also big into K-pop Demon Hunters,
Mhm.
and if you've been down to the convention, you just shelve it. Jesse had that Mythic Demon Hunter
Yes.
set. She's the one who bought that.
Oh, okay. Congratulations to
So
her.
yeah, so she's like, "Oh, I have to have it." It's like, "I love my girls," and she's like, "Yeah." She's watched that movie so many times while I'm at work. Those songs are stuck in my head forever now, thanks to her. And they're not bad songs, don't get me wrong, but it's
Yeah.
just it's. But she loves that set. When we got that home, she immediately got that shelf cleaned up that she was gonna put it on. We got it all set up. We
Mhm.
had to get little doll stands so they could stand, but we didn't get better ones though. But she's got it all displayed up and lit up. And she loves it, and
Absolutely.
yeah, I know she still communicates with Jesse from time to time.
He's a
Uh,
good guy. Really
yeah,
good
he's a
guy.
really sweet guy, and it was really sad because I know it was a hard weekend for him.
I
Um,
know. Yeah. Yeah.
and I feel his pain too because I had lost my father earlier this year.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Oh, it's okay. It was back in February. So he wasn't really much into like toy collecting. I mean, he had stuff, but he was a big car guy
Mhm.
and big NASCAR guy. So his collection of was always NASCAR models. He
Right.
would build in some old like A model A's and stuff. And he was a mechanic too, so he would always doing custom
Yeah.
cars and stuff, messing around in his garage. And he used to do dirt track racing when he was
Oh,
younger.
nice.
I actually got to be part of his little pit crew, if you want to call that one, when I was down there for the summer because he actually lives in Arkansas.
Mhm.
So we used to visit him for the summer, and one year he had this limited late model race car made look like Daryl Waltrip's Western Auto Parts car, same paint scheme and everything. Uh,
Nice.
and so his was the most unique car. It didn't like any of the other limited late model cars, but
Mhm.
that's what he ran it in. And it was me and my one of my step nephews, me, my brother, and one of my step nephews. Maybe a couple of them. I think there might have been four of us there, kind of being as like little pit crew
Mhm.
and kind of helping, making sure the cars fueled and whatnot and stuff like that. It was fun.
Good
It
memory.
was a good memory. We didn't get to see my dad race too often, so like a lot of that he didn't do, and he did that before we were born. So
Mm.
and didn't get to see a lot of that growing up. But when that happened, it was really fun to get to go down there. And
Mm.
used to have a old Chevy Nova. I can't remember what that year was, but a Chevy Nova that he had souped up with hood scoop
Nice.
and
Those are cool
my,
cars.
yeah, my sister Anna was really bummed when he sold that.
I
She really
bet.
wanted that car, but
Yeah, I bet.
he converted it into a dragster, so there was no back
Mhm.
seats, so there's
Right.
nothing in there.
Yeah,
So
definitely not a drive to the convenience store type of car.
yeah, I mean, it's like I said, this wasn't really the toy collecting thing really wasn't his thing, but or
Yeah.
the superhero stuff, obviously, a different era that he grew up in. But he'd buy he humor us. He built
Mhm.
us go karts, and he had the first go kart he built us. He actually built it as the Batmobile,
Oh,
and
nice.
so
That's cool.
because he did vinyl siding, aluminum siding. Uh, that was his main job, and he did that freelance or his own little thing. So whatever scraps he used, he would use that to build bend pieces, and we make the body for it. And it looked
Cool.
a lot more like the the original superpower
Yeah,
Batmobile. That's
right.
what we modeled it after, the paint
Cool.
job and everything originally. So it was blue with the big black
Yeah,
bat face in the front. We didn't, the headlights didn't pop up, but they were painted white with a little bit of yellow on it.
yeah.
And the big yellow oval bat symbols and little fins. Um, and that was a fun little and it was a two-seater go-kart too. But we
Nice.
learned never wear a cape in that because that thing got caught in that engine chain.
Ooh, yeah.
Luckily, it was a little Velcro thing, so it came right off. Uh, but that was such fun top memories to get to drive that around up and down the street.
Absolutely.
And this, and then the second go kart he built us had a golf cart rear end, big fat tires, looked like an Indy car,
Mhm.
kinda. and that was a 1-seater, a bit narrower to get in. And that one was fast.
Yeah.
And then the last one was another 2-seater that we actually had to extend because I was getting bigger. I didn't want my knees to hit the steering wheel.
Right. Yeah.
And that one, he actually let me really mess with it. And that's when Power Rangers Turbo was a thing. So I was like, 15? So I wasn't old enough to really drive in Kentucky because you had to be 16 to get a license in Kentucky. So, extended out. We extended it out. He, got all that engineering done to get the steering column to work, extend that all out and all that, and the pedals. And we built this body. Aluminum siding is probably the worst thing to use on the go-kart with like dirt, terrain, because it rattles so much.
Right.
But we had this like maroon red vinyl siding, scraps that he had in his yard. We bending it and everything, make it look like the Red Ranger's sword or vehicle from that, because it was all car themed that season for Power Rangers. And we put that thing together and it turned out so good, even though that spoiler ripped off a couple times because it wasn't secure enough. We had to kind of re-engineer to get that to work right. But it rattled so much until you got on the actual
road. Funny.
But it was
funny. Good memories.
I love those times. Just driving around everywhere, just
for sure.
It was cool.
Well, I had a good time, man, talking toys and memories and meeting you at Legion's Con. I sure appreciate your time tonight. And I hope I could have you back on again, and I wouldn't mind hanging out with you on your show.
Yeah, we'll make it happen, man. We'll get something scheduled. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
we'll definitely do it at some point in the new year.
Yeah, that sounds good, man. So check out Larry, Larry's Geeky World. He has a live show every Saturday night, right? What time is it on Saturday?
Saturday night at 8:00.
8:00.
I'll usually will post it.
Baby. Prime time.
It's the best time I can think of to do it.
Yeah.
But 8:00 Saturdays. You can also catch my Instagram. I can't do lives on Instagram yet, but it's also at Larry's Geeky World. Same thing. I post photos and other geeky stuff from time to time and share a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah. Check out Larry's stuff.
Yeah. So yeah.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your time.
No, no problem.
Thanks everyone for watching, and I will talk to you. I'll talk to you soon. Yeah. Thanks, Larry. Thanks. See you, buddy.
Yeah. See you guys.
Remember, friends, to always have fun, be curious, share, and enjoy what this line has to offer. Come for the toys, but stay for the friends. Good night, and thank you very much.